Excellent. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our GSLI webinar. We do these monthly, and it's basically a little insight, being able to be a fly on the wall, really understand what the power of GSLI and being a part and joining our other communities and our network means. And so we titled this 10X in 2026, and 10X seems like a lot of work, but we're going to show you how our communities increase their pipelines without all of the additional cost, work, and headaches that they have to do for pre-qualification. What to expect today? I'm going to go through GSLI. It's kind of a funny story how we were originated. Kind of talk about some of the common EDO challenges. I'm going to role play. I'm going to become your board and really get your mind thinking about what it means, and what challenges boards are giving you guys these days. We've been doing this for 30 years, and I see all sorts of trends and changes in boards. And right now, there's more accountability by boards than I've ever seen before, which is great. Then we're going to show you our GSLI solution. And then I've actually have a special offer for you guys today. And we like to have fun. Don't we like to have fun, Caresta?
Do.
Um, all we like participant. Elon, you're already participating in what we call our wheel of names. So if you put your name in the chat or participate and give feedback, because we love two-way communication. We put it in there. We're going to do a spin at the end, and you'll have an opportunity to either win an Amazon gift card or a signed book, my latest book. It's really kind of an insightful, funny look at the history of site selection. Poll number one, this will even identify if you're in the right spot today. Are you interested, Chris? If you could throw up that poll in increasing your community's pipeline with highly qualified and active projects. If you answer no, you probably want to vacate. We're going to kind of show you that's really what economic development is in terms. You guys have so much on your plates from running your cities, but increasing jobs and tax-paying entities into your community is really what makes it drive. Good. We've got 100%. Second poll, and I'm doing this because I want to see if this trend is continuing. Are you experiencing budget cuts or a board kind of demanding the same or better results with the same money? Sometimes even less. Again, we've got a 50%. So we've got one that it doesn't. So that's excellent. That might mean you have some more money. Doesn't mean we're going to ask for more money, or we're going to show you how to better utilize those dollars and expand what you can do with that money. All right. So, how GSI was created, I would love to take credit, but GSLI was formed in 1994 by economic developers for economic developers. It was from a perspective of economic development. I've carried true to that for 30 years. In fact, this is our 2026 advisory board. We just had our first advisory board 2 days ago, in which Logan and Judy were voted onto, and we're really excited about having them. We named Rick Clifton, who passed away sadly, and really affected us. He was a huge contributor to our growth and to our thoughts and to our direction, and we really appreciate that. And we always want to remember to keep growing GSLI in the eyes of economic development. And so we thank all of our board members for their contributions and their insight, and they're really your voice for our growth. So the story, I'd like to set the scene. It was 1994, and we're in a full room of incredibly smart business attraction economic developers. And honestly, the room was kind of heated. They were frustrated. We were talking about business attraction, and they were talking about how much money they were spending, how much time they were spending, and how they really weren't experts on generating prospects, but their boards were having all these expectations, and they were having to deal with all the messy manual work that comes with it. This one guy stands up in the meeting, and I can remember to this day, he says, "Eric, this reminds me of my wife's cookie jar." And I kind of like, what are you talking about? Cookie jar. He got our attention. The room went really quiet, and I said, "Go on." And he said, "Eric, me and my wife were out shopping one day, and she spots this really beautiful cookie jar. It's decorative, it's classy, and right across the front of it, it says fresh baked cookies." And the real kicker was, he said, was my wife doesn't even bake. But without hesitation, she turned to him and said, "Honey, would you like fresh baked cookies every week?" And she didn't have to ask him twice. He absolutely said yes, and that cookie jar went home with him. Well, they take the cookie jar home. She puts it on the counter. She gets excited. She throws on her pink apron. She pulls out all the baking stuff, flowers everywhere, sugars everywhere. And he didn't even know how butter got on the ceiling, but he laughed and said, this is a disaster zone. But after a couple of hours, fresh cookies appeared in the jar and life was good at their household. Then the next week comes and he went to grab a cookie and the jar was empty. The week after that, yeah, it was still empty. And finally, he asked, "Honey, what about those cookies?" And she turned to him and said, "Hey," with the saddest eyes, this the softest smile, and said, "Hey, that baking stuff is way too much work, and I'm not gonna be doing that every week. But isn't that cookie jar cute?" And he chuckled. And I said, "That's great, and that's a funny story, but how does this have to do with economic development?" He looks around the room and says, "Eric, if we as economic developers could have a cookie jar that did all the messy grunt work and magically filled itself each week with fresh cookies, that's that's amazing and something we'd invest in." And that, my friends, was actually the light bulb moment. That's the day GSLI was born because our clients don't want to be baking cookies, aka hunting for leads. They're not bakers, they're closers. And that's why GSLI exists. We do the baking, we handle the messy grunt work, we keep the cookie jar full so you, as our clients, can keep your focus on getting your communities in front of qualified projects. And beyond that, we've grown. We can help them in every facet of their job. Well, stop it on this slide. This is the true analogy that came to me that day. A cookie jar that's empty is our portal. Our portal is no good except for as a CRM that you can track your projects, and we fill it. So each week, our communities can log into the portal. They have not fresh baked cookies, they have fresh, new, qualified leads that they can look at. They can determine if that project's a good fit for their community, or they can toss the project out and wait for the next project to come in. All while they can focus on their day-to-day activities and focus 80% of their time on working qualified projects, not chasing them. And that's really how we flip the model. And we've grown over the years since then. We now can help communities do website development. We can do video production. We do branding. We do trade shows. We take them to trade shows. We help them with AI lead generation. And in every case, we're there as much as they need us or as little as they need us. And so we really fit ourselves into where we fit best into helping them in their business attraction. This is a peek at our network, our current network, all over the US. We consider these our offices. So when we're communicating to projects, we say, we're going to put you in touch with our office in Utah or our office in Colorado. And you act as the experts in terms of turn in your RFI. We introduce the RFI. You work with your coach, and it's a real team effort. We're actually an extension of your staff. So the better you train our coach, who serves as your consultant, talking to you monthly, representing you monthly in our project meetings, and getting those proposals sharp and in the best format they can to submit. This is the list of our active network. These are some of the profiles over here that we promote and send out to the projects. And the success, that's always the big question. Does this really work? These are some of the projects that we've landed, some of the buildings. We've worked with very big corporations. This project right here with McKinley Paper was voted as one of the top projects for 2024 for the city of Dallas and actually the state of Texas. It was the largest investment from Latin America in 20 years. It was a 500,000 square foot facility down to wall box. They were from Brazil or what? Not Brazil. Cressa, remind me. What country were they
I
from?
honestly think they were from Brazil.
They were okay. They were from Brazil. They do electric um,
EV
car
EV chargers, I
EV
believe.
chargers, and we helped them with a 130,000 square foot building that landed in Texas, down to some retail kind of sport facility type operations. I will tell you our sweet spot right now is somewhere between 20 to 50,000 square foot of space. The other people that we integrate with are the corporate real estate people. So we act as a clearing house or a source for getting information to them with one phone call. You can easily look these up in our portal. These are some of the jobs or um, projects that have landed over the years. Every time we do, we give an update so you know if you can close the project out of your pipeline or you can continue to work it. But now I want to play a role, and I want you guys to really put yourself in the mind of you're in this meeting and your board's facing you. It's the beginning of 2026, and they turn to you and they say, "Hey, here are the 7 things I need you to do for our community. I want you to launch a campaign media mix with at least 5 lead generation pillars. And as you're doing this, start adding it up in your mind, what you would be asking for a budget. I want you to exhibit and receive project leads for 6 national trade shows. I want you to go out and hire an intern because you don't need to be investing your time because we pay you really well in qualifying leads. We need them to do that. But I also want you to hire a consultant to double check your work and make sure you're on a monthly path of submissions and what you're submitting is good. We want you to invest in a CRM so you can track your leads and provide us reports. And I want you to distribute national press releases. Our biggest challenge is getting our story out. We just need people to know we're an opportunity. So focus on some PR this year, and I want you to promote the city on social media to really just to continue to further our brand. So I'm going to ask over in the chat if your board asks you to do those 7 things, how much budget would you ask for to complete all this so that you don't fail? Probably the first opportunity for the wheel of names, isn't it?
It is.
If you could in the chat box.
Don't everyone speak at once.
First one in wins. I will tell you, we've had crazy numbers all over the place. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say
I'm gonna throw in mine.
the average that we get when we do these webinars is $75,000. That's typically, to go to all the trade shows, to do all those things, that's what they think. What if someone asked you or your board said, "You know what? You're not going to get that kind of budget. We're going to give you less than $10,000 to execute all of those things and come to back to us with results." You're probably going to be our Superman here. You're going to resign. You're going to say, "I need a board with realistic expectations." And that's the truth. No one economic developer can conduct and do all of those things on their own. It's cost prohibitive, and more importantly, it's time prohibitive. And so that's the power of leveraging our group together and providing you guys the results. It actually allows you to participate in a $500,000 marketing campaign for less than $10,000. And at the end of the day, all you really care about is the leads that are generated. You don't care where they came from. You don't care how we generate them. You just care that they're qualified and someone that you want to put your community's information in front of. And that's the truth. We provide this to you for all than less than $9,000. This is the real fun part. This is where I consider Caresta my superwoman. She does a lot of the office stuff, the onboarding, the customer relations, the project coordination. She wears a lot of hats, and she is one of our portal experts. So, Cresta, I'm going to let you take over the screen, and I'm going to just pose some questions to you, and let's see how the portal works. We get so many people that say they know about us, they get our emails, but they didn't realize we have this portal.
Perfect. I am taking your screen over now.
Perfect.
Let's see. I'm going to pop on here. Okay. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So I have just logged into our demo account, eTheBot. And tell me what you'd like me to do first, Eric.
Cresta, my board, they've asked me to get leads. How do I just find leads?
Cool. Easy peasy. You can actually come to this top menu up here, or you can click this button right here that says Browse Projects. And so that is going to take you in to where all of our leads currently are.
Cresta, I'm in here. I actually got an alert from you guys that says go check out a lead, and it was US Lumination, and I see it there in the portal now. How do I? I mean, that's not enough details for me to make a submission. How do I get more information?
Right. You do have that basic information off to the right, but if you want to know more about the project, you can simply click on the name of the project and it's going to take you in. As you can see here, we have a project overview. We also, if you scroll down, are going to see states of interest, regions of interest, any special requirements that the project has, as well as that RFI submission deadline, and a little information about the company as well.
So, Cressa, I don't want to forget about this lead. My job is to build my pipeline and be able to report on my pipeline. How do I put it in my pipeline?
Absolutely. So you want to add any leads that you are interested in working to your pipeline so you have a much cleaner place to work from. To do that when you're inside the project, you can simply click Add to Pipeline and it's going to add it. Or if you are back on the Browse Projects page, which you can simply click this little funnel here and we're going to watch it fly up in there into my pipeline. It's now in my pipeline. So when I click on my pipeline, I can now see that US Lumination should be at the top. There you go.
Excellent. That's interesting. I see internal lead there. What's an internal lead do for me? I've got my own project um, that's outside of the portal, but I want to keep them all in one place. Can I add those as my own project?
Absolutely. So the GSLI project portal does allow you to use the portal as your CRM. You can add your own projects in, and those are only going to stay within your subscription. So it will have a banner off to the right here that says internal to let you know that it's one of the projects that you added yourself, and nobody else will be able to see that within their account. It's just so that you can take notes or manage what you're working on um, with all of your projects instead of just ours.
Excellent. So I had a great meeting with my coach from GSLI this month, and I really do like Project Illumination. They've explained all the details to it. But I've got one other question I need to ask him. Is there a way for me to get that answer on the project?
Absolutely. So if you read through the project report and you still have a little bit of confusion or need some clarity on a specific question, you can come right inside the project. And over here in this orange box, you'll see Be the First to Ask a Question. Simply click that and type in the question that you want to ask. And that's going to go directly to our project director, who is the one who is corresponding with all of our active projects.
Excellent. All right. So this is a great project. They've answered my questions. I'm ready to make a submission. I hate submissions, Chris. They take me probably 2 to 3 hours, if not 2 to 3 days, whenever I get them from the state or my region or from a corporate site locator. How do I make a submission?
It's really very simple using the portal. You're going to click this submit button right here, and that is going to take you to our general RFI. Now, the great thing about our RFI is that the first one may take a little bit of time because we do have all those fun, tedious questions about logistics and utilities, etc. However, after that, you're going to find that a lot of these fields are sticky fields. So once you've entered the information about those logistics, those tax rates, the things that never change really, you won't have to enter them every time you make a submission. You'll just have to update any information that's different according to the specific project you're in. So it cuts down that RFI time. Really, you can get a submission in 10 to 15 minutes.
Excellent. Okay, so the other thing that I really get frustrated with, I respond to RFIs, but I never get like any updates, if the project's progressing or if it's been put on hold. Do you how do I get updates?
Absolutely. So we like to do the updates with a little bell right here. So you'll see this little bell with a red dot. We try and do updates every 45 to 60 days to make sure that you know exactly what's going on with the current project. So if you click that bell, it's going to bring up any updates that we've had about this project.
Excellent, excellent. So I need some training. Some other people in my office are not good on social media. I'm horrible at, using AI, and I really want some tips on being more efficient in my job. Do you offer any kind of training? Free training? Free.
Ab- Absolutely. So we actually do a jam session with our members every second and fourth Tuesday of the month, where we do utilize trainings, especially right now in AI. However, if you're a member, you can watch that whole jam session in under Jam Sessions tab. Or if you're just trying to find something specific, you can come to our Jam Academy, where we've broken out all of those training sessions. So you mentioned social media. I can come here to the search bar, type in social media, and it's going to bring up whatever trainings we have on how to use that AI to enhance your social media.
Excellent. Well, what if I forgot how to use the portal and I just need a quick answer right now? Is there any place I can go to learn tips?
Absolutely. So we do have the Project Portal Bootcamp, and anything that you could possibly think of doing on the portal has a quick video to go with it to help make it easier for you in case you forget. I do onboard every client, so they do get a full onboarding. However, unless you're using it, sometimes things, using it super often, sometimes things can be forgotten. So we keep everything here so that you can go through and figure out exactly what you need. So if you are looking to make a submission, you type in submission, how to make a submission on a project. So really
Excellent.
simple, really easy.
Excellent. I got two other things, Cressa, because my board asked me to go to trade shows and they wanted me to get my message out and present my community out to the world. What about a connection where all these companies are looking at a website somewhere? Is there any way for me to promote myself through a profile?
Absolutely. So on here, you can come to this little side menu and oh, sorry, I got a few things in my way. Edit community profile. That's going to be your second option there. And it's going to take you into a community profile builder. And what you're going to be doing is building out this profile. And then when we send companies looking to expand or relocate, we send them to our GSLI Solutions website, where all of those company profiles are available for any possible project to look through and decide whether or not your community is a good fit. So you can click on any of these here. It will take you inside and give you basic information about the community.
Excellent, excellent. So the last thing, what I mentioned, it cost me $12,000. I've been budgeting trade shows, and we've actually done a couple last year. We've participated. I don't like going with the state because I'm there, put together with all of my communities, and it's kind of a competitive environment. I want to show my board that I'm saving money and still going to those trade shows and not costing the community money. Is there a way for us to do that?
Absolutely. So we do a trade show tour every year, and our clients get to attend with us at no additional cost. So we are going to purchase the booth. We will set it up, break it down. It can be your home base while you are at the trade show. And you will, of course, be getting all of the leads and all of the things that we discover at each show.
Excellent. Awesome. That's all I've got, Caresta. Thank you so much. I'm sold.
No problem, Eric.
I think let's go back. All right, so that's a little insight. There is so much more, guys. I will tell you. The portal is also been built by economic developers. We take suggestions, we take those ideas, and we use our programming team to import those and continue to really scale the portal and make it truly effective for economic developers. There's ROI reports. There's so much more that you can use. You get that in all of your training. And that kind of leads us to what can I expect? Like I said, we are less than $10,000. You may have been working with one of our coaches. We'd love to communicate with you. But when you do come on board, we take great pride in our white glove onboarding and training. It's about a 45-minute training call. If you don't know,
With
you get
me.
to talk with Caresta and spend that time. And she really trains and makes sure that you're up to speed because the more you use the portal, the better your results are going to be. We put together a press release form that we issue it out, and then we provide you a copy to send to all of your stakeholders and to your community locally. We also send that to projects, letting them know you're now a part of our elite network. You get a call from your coach. Your coach is, you can think of them as your consultant. They'll be working with you monthly. It's a regularly scheduled call. It can last anywhere from 15 minutes. It can last up to an hour. That is up to you. I will tell you that is your time to train your consultant, your coach on your community. We consider them an extension of your staff, a part of your staff, and we've been accused of being the world's cheapest consultant also. We give instant access to the portal with real-time project and update alerts. That means when we put a project in, within minutes, you're alerted through your email that says we have a project. It directly links to it. It asks you to go in and either qualify yourself or remove yourself from consideration from the project. And then we send out email reminders from our jam sessions. We do prospect lives. We do submission deadlines to upcoming trade shows. Everything to keep you in line on top of our jam sessions. The jam sessions are twice a month. They're every second and fourth uh, uh, Tuesday,
Tuesday.
and we encourage you to attend one of those just to get a behind the scenes peek at what we do and get a real idea of how our members use us. Uh, Here's an opportunity for Q&A. The biggest question we've always had at this is how much does it cost? We have one investment. It is $8,500 for the entire year. It's less than $800 a month to be able to take advantage of all of our offers. But as I said, we are going to do a special offer for you guys for spending your time with us and being a participant today just to learn about us. We do what's called a community assessment. It allows us to see actually and assess where your community stands and how it stands up to submitting on projects. We want to make sure that we're bringing on good communities and we know where to help them the most in their growth process. So if you would like one, Cressy, you can go ahead and throw up the poll. If you'd like us to send you one, and you complete it, whether or not you join us or not, doesn't matter to me. But if you do join and end up joining, then you'll receive the last 6 months of our projects for free. That's a huge deal, guys. Um, Whenever somebody joins, the day that they uh, come on that all the other projects are by unlocking the last 6 months, it's a $5,000 value at back. And from day one, you'll be able to tell your board, hey, we're already working on 3, 4 projects. You'll work with your coach to get those submissions in. Excellent. Thank you guys. We'll get you those assessments. And you'll also, I will dedicate some time, not one of my coaches. I will sit with you and do a one-on-one marketing assessment valued at $2,500. I love doing them. I love taking a peek behind your curtains and say, hey, what are you doing now to be successful? And give you advice from working with thousands of economic developers over the past 30 years. Cressa, we are on time. I don't even think we have to draw. Elon,
I think
if
the
I'm
only
pronouncing it
person
correct,
who,
they're
yeah,
going to
participated today.
there's benefits of sending in a chat. So, Alon, if you could in the chat box, just let us know what you want. Do you want the Amazon gift card or do you want the signed book? And if you want the signed book, I'll call and we'll figure out what you want it autographed with. You won't hurt my feelings. I love Amazon. My wife really loves Amazon.
Yeah, she does. He's going with the gift card.
Gift card. All right. Excellent. We will that will be easy because we have your email in the sign up. That'll be with you to you, I would say within the hour once we get done here. That's it,
Absolutely.
guys. We are right on time. We were 5 minutes late. We're 5 minutes on time. So it's uh 30 minutes on the hour.
Great logic.
Again, again, we do appreciate every one of you for participating. We really love our jobs. We love when we create a new impact for communities, and hopefully, we can help you make an impact and help you grow your community. So, with that said, till our next webinar, till our next jam, continue to go out and continue to make a difference for your communities. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.